practicing voices for D&D.
I thought you were just thinking about past mistakes.
Yeah, no, just like an hour and 15 minutes drive. I was just going the whole way.
Just like wails of pain. Yep.
Like non-stop. And then I made it home and I was like, oh, that was good. But now my voice is like tired. The goal of me turning up my music loud and singing along was for me to warm up my voice, but I just went too fucking hard. So now my voice is like tired. But that doesn't matter because we don't do a lot on this show anyways. This is, I don't know though. This is the show on the internet with two guys who are unqualified. That's one of them's wearing purple, one of them's wearing red.
The only one, I think.
Only one.
We've narrowed it down.
The only one recorded on September 6th, 2019 at 6:55 p.m. with a guy wearing purple and a guy wearing red. That is our show.
You know, podcasts are getting more popular. That might not be true. Just kidding. Not everyone has a podcast.
I was like, I don't know. Right now? Maybe.
I was just thinking, like, yeah, the purple and red modifier.
Yeah, I think it's the purple and red and like the right now, like the time. I don't know. How many podcasts do you think are being recorded at any given moment? Like, there's a lot of podcasts out there. Like,
two. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's got to be at least like 20 going on right now.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting to like find out when your favorite podcasts were recorded and then figure out what you were doing at the time that your idols or whatever were doing what they were doing. Like, you know, doing that shit. Like I don't know. It'd just be an interesting fact to know. But yeah, now you guys have that information, so do with it what you will, because we're going to throw some information back at you in the form of questions. God damn, my segues.
We answer questions, people.
Oh, is that what we do? I'm sorry, we do. We answer questions. Sometimes, not always, but most of the time, kind of. And this week, I'm joined as always by my good friend,
Noah.
And I'm your host, the Joey. So, no, this week we have a bunch of like kind of shorter questions just to see if we can get through more. So, we have someone dealing with a heavy backpack, someone dating older women, and something to do with paying back a friend.
Paying back a friend. Let's start off heavy with this heavy-ass backpack.
All right, so these are short. It just says, I've made it to high school, but I quickly discovered how heavy my backpack is. How do I lighten the load of my backpack while keeping all supplies I need to do well in school?
You get swole.
Swole.
Go to the gym.
I think you just, bro. It's the modern era. Get a laptop, and you can usually like find a lot of your book stuff online that you need, but I guess if you're in high school, it's a little different, right?
Yeah, because in college you're buying your books anyways. You don't want to buy your high school book.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so
they offer lockers.
Yeah, you have a locker for a reason most of the time.
Yeah, I did go to a bigger school where you had to like choose to have a locker. And so I think you might have had to pay like a $5 semester fee or something just to like say, hey, I want this and I'm willing to actually use it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I think that's good incentive because there were a lot of students at our high school. Excuse me, our high school for senior year, that most of the people were just like, no, I'm not going to use my locker. It's like, well, it's the good resource to have to just be able to do it. But also I understand when passing periods are like 3 minutes or whatever. So yeah, I'd say make good use of your locker. Strategically lay it out, figure out, like find some friends and just everybody share their locker codes. That way, you guys can always be like, all right, well, I have a class here and here. So between that, between class A and B is Martha's locker. And Martha's locker is where we're going to keep all of our science books. And then Joel's locker is going to be where we keep all our biology books. And yeah, so I think that'd be like cool. Get some friends, do some stuff. Then you guys can get up to fucking antics and then, sell drugs in high school. Nice. That's what kids do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who got in trouble for selling fireworks at school.
Really?
He had a locker like full of them. I think he also sold drugs. He got caught for the fireworks. But
I mean, to be fair, I think the fireworks is a little bit more conspicuous. Just like, hey, what are those 2 artillery shells doing in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? I'm not.
Or do you just have a contorted testicle?
You should probably get that checked out, kid. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get it checked out, all right. And then he's like fondling his artillery shell
as he's crying.
Yeah. Why would you sell fireworks in school? There's so many other
I
places.
think
you
it's
could
like a
do that.
statewide ban, maybe, and so supply and demand.
So he went like away. He got taken to jail.
I don't know. I mean,
exactly. You never saw him again.
Yeah, probably they executed him on the spot.
They actually tied him to a post and lit all of his fireworks around him.
Just see, this is what can happen.
Yeah, they're like, let the gods decide your fate. This fucking
as barbaric as it is, I approve.
I mean, what a fucking show!
What a way to go out.
We explode all these fireworks on 4th of July for what? To celebrate the fucking independence or whatever? What a waste! Tie it to a person. Let's see what happens. I want to see who is that that old Chinese proverb or whatever, or not proverb. It's like an old story where the guy believed he could make it to the moon, and so he tied a bunch of the Chinese rockets to his chair.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's basically the whole story. It's like
did he succeed?
Well, he made a bet that he could do it, and so everyone's like, no, there's no way you can. So he tied a bunch of, I almost called them Roman rockets. They're definitely the Chinese ones. He just tied a bunch of fireworks to his chair, like a shit ton of them, and tied it all together with like bamboo on a platform. And he's like, yep, this is going to just take me to the moon and I'll say hi to the goddess or whatever. And no one ever saw him again after he went off.
So he didn't make it. That's what I'm getting from this story.
Presumably he died. Horribly.
Oh.
But
I don't like that ending.
There is a crater on the moon that they named after him.
Oh.
So.
And a crater on Earth that has a skeleton in it.
And a crater on Earth that's full of old fireworks and a lawn chair strapped to a fucking... That's the most American shit, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, you know what? I bet I can make this sumbitch fly. Wait, wasn't that a dude? Didn't a dude do that? There was a guy who tied fucking weather balloons to his lawn chair and had a rifle with him.
Oh, and he popped him to like come back down? Yeah.
I remember that very vividly as a child, that being a story.
I think they might have tested that on Mythbusters, maybe.
Yeah, oh my God, fucking hell. Why are people stupid?
I don't know. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
This man's a winner.
So tie helium balloons to your bag.
It'll make it lighter.
There you go.
I think that's a
Fill your bag with helium. Get high throughout the day on helium. They're just like, Jimmy, what are you doing in the back? Nothing. All right.
Whatever. It just all slowly leaks out. So the whole class.
I'm not really doing shit. Okay, so I matched with a 38-year-old woman on a dating app, and she's really hot. I'm 27. How do I impress her?
Well, that's an age gap. That's 11. Does that pass the rule? What's
half your age plus 7?
Yeah.
Okay, 19 plus 7 is 26. So it's...
And he's 27. He's right there.
He's right there.
Okay, we can help this man. I was afraid. I was like, I'm not going to support this relationship if it doesn't pass this very arbitrary rule that we've set.
Of course. You know, Noah, you can date half your age plus 7. What's that?
Half my age plus 7? I'm not going to expose my age to all these people out there. They think I'm some like 30-year-old Adonis with my deep, handsome voice.
Right,
but
I don't know about Adonis.
they're 38-year Adonis.
Okay.
Me.
Sure.
Noah.
Yeah.
The Adonis.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah, no, I lost it all. It's gone. No, guys, I'm a nerd. I play fucking D&D. I was literally talking about clerics and warlocks like 10 minutes ago. So
yeah, like a 38-year-old Adonis would
hey,
do.
Stop.
Like
stop.
Only,
I recanted my statement.
Like the Michael Phelps of D&D.
Okay, I'll actually take that because I'm pretty jacked.
I'm pretty fucking jacked. You know, it's cool.
I mean, it was kind of douchey when I was saying it, but it still felt good. But when you say it.
So you would like roll for persuasion to see if you could get her on your side.
Seduce this woman. Yeah. What am I, a bard?
Yeah. Add your charisma modifier. Wait, what's a charisma stat? Is that performance?
It could be performance or persuasion. I guess.
Die?
Are we gonna seduce this woman?
It's
too far away. Sad.
Someone made fun of me because I pulled out my fucking dice in the middle of class at one point, just because I was like, "What are these doing in here?" And someone's like, "Is that fucking D&D dice?" It's like, "Are you a fucking nerd who knows their D&D dice?"
Okay. What did you roll, good sir?
That's a 14.
14. You have to have at least a +2 in charisma, though. So
yeah, like DC 15, I'd say.
Hey, you passed. She's weary. She's not going home with you tonight, but like you got a second date.
I was gonna say, yeah, she'd take a second date.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, how do you No, how do you flirt? Tell me how you flirt.
No,
expose how you flirt.
No, you've exposed me enough as it is.
No, I want to know. Okay,
know. You just talked to
so
the
this
person.
you.
No.
I was gonna say you walk up to this lady in a bar. You're like, "Damn, yo, hot," and she's
it's
like,
a dating app. Okay.
"Yeah." No, stop throwing shit.
I'm sorry.
38-year-old woman. I don't know.
It's hard because like you have to like appear more mature than you are and have interests that are
Maybe they're a
relevant
very
to
mature
theirs.
28-year-old, 27-year-old.
They might be, and I think it would work a lot better if you are.
Yeah.
But I know, especially at like our age, where it's like, oh, like the gap is much smaller. But then you start.
Sorry, our age. You mean 38, right?
Yeah. So like the cougars age that we're talking about.
Right.
But when you get down to like 19, 18-year-olds, it's like, wow, they get immature real quick, and they have very different interests, and it's like, oh, so this doesn't even work. Not because like you're annoying or anything or unattractive. It's like we just grew up in different eras, I guess, even though it's just a couple years. Yeah.
And here it's like 10 years, so it's a whole different thing.
It's even harder.
I guess you would have to have one of those quote unquote old souls kind of thing where you're like, yeah, you know, I'm 19, but I'm really into tube amps and records and the Beatles. Yeah. And, I would say you just gotta like fucking cheese out on her, bro. Like there's no way to be like to stand out on dating apps. You know, it's just pixels on a screen and nobody gives a shit. Although she is 38, which means she's probably not getting a ton of matches. I mean, unfortunate as it is.
He said she's really hot though.
I don't know. What's your age limit like on Tinder?
My age limit I think is 26.
26? See, I just have mine all the way up to 55 plus because I'm all right if they take me on a date. I'll be a sugar baby. Is that what I would be? Sugar child? Sugar man? I'll be your honey bear. That's me.
Yeah. So you can contact the Joey at
the Joey on @.tv/hump.
Hump. Good. That's easy to remember.
/derf. Do you know what derfing is?
No,
I just learned the other day. It's very fun. Derfing is when you are gyrating your hips and do sexual actions through clothes. It's just dry humping.
Oh, yeah. Like with someone else. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, sorry.
I was just imagining me alone, just like gyrating my hips in a circle until I orgasm.
Just on a bed. Just
no. Standing up until I collapse to my knees.
In a disco. Like you're in your room, you have a disco ball. I'm just picturing the Bloodhound Gang. What's it called? Oh my god, I can't remember the names of shit today. The mating song? Something like that.
Can you give me a little?
Oh, it starts out with it goes tss, 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 and then it goes boom, dum, 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 dum,
I do not know this song.
Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas trap, and while we do the kinds of things that only Prince would sing about, and put your hands down my pants, and I'll bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm sexy. Yes, I'm something.
Am I supposed to stop you?
And you're getting 2 thumbs up. I've had enough of 2-hand touch. I'll stop now. But yeah, no, that's never mind.
I've never heard of that song.
Really? That's something to listen to on your way down to Wichita.
Okay.
I will send you a Spotify link to a full Bloodhound Gang playlist. Actually, it's the only song by them I know. So, yeah, reference Bloodhound Gang, and I'd say get laid. Fuck it, dude. I don't think there's anything wrong with messaging her or...
Well, I don't think he has any qualms with it. I think he's just trying to figure out how to do it.
Well, he's worried about how to impress her, and I don't think you need to, worry. I think you just
I think
go
the
out there
only
and
thing
be
that can
yourself.
turn you off is if all your references are something that's too young for her.
And maybe she likes young stuff, though. I don't know. Everyone's a little bit different. There's some older people that like younger stuff and some younger people that like older stuff. So just go into it. And even if she's super hot, it depends on what your motives are, really, you know? Are you just trying to smash? Are you trying to fuck with her arthritis and break out her hip? Sure, go for it. Are you trying to do those things and then also help her with her medical bills after? Good for you. That you're a nice fella. I just go into it with whatever your motives are in mind. Fucking shoot for the moon, baby. Because even if you miss, you're still going to end up in bed with a 38-year-old.
Even if you miss, you'll still be a crater on the moon.
Exactly. Look
1,000 years later.
Fucking brilliant. I enjoy ramen noodles. How do I convince my wife we need to move to Japan so I can enjoy some of the freshest ramen possible? She's being unreasonable about language barriers and how to find jobs and not wanting to do that at all. Is my wife a bitch? I need some help here. Thanks.
Well, I mean, your wife is probably a bitch, but that's completely unrelated to the whole.
I mean, it sounds like she's being just a tad of a bitch.
Is she a Karen? She really sounds like it.
Karen, a Susan, perhaps.
A Susan, a Deborah. I don't know.
Deborah, a Carol.
We're just isolating our audience. We're just slowly gonna name every single woman out there.
We name every woman. Is she a fucking Samantha or a Babs? Fucking Barbara. I actually think that's a cute nickname for Barbara. Babs.
I've never wanted to be the voice of reason when it came to like food extravaganzas, but going to another country for some like fresh ass ramen.
Oh, I don't think you understand, bro. Like you don't.
No,
like,
I understand.
The fucking ramen game is tough though. Like you can go some places to get quote unquote fresh ramen, but it's never gonna be as good as like Japanese ramen.
Well, why not?
Because it's Japanese ramen.
Stuff.
It's not the same stuff. It's the precedent. It's how it's made. It's where it's made. The altitude makes a difference in how it
all that Hong Kong smog. That really,
dude. It's all the fucking. It's all of.
It's all the light pollution.
It's all the communism.
They're not communists. We took that right away from them.
Sorry, my bad. It's all of the oppressive government that really just like brings out the flavor in the ramen noodles. No, I think there is something to they have like traditional Japanese spices and such that they put into it that are grown in Japan that I think would probably be worth it to not alone to make a trip to Japan, because there's so many other cool things about Japan. Like that's one of my top places that I want to like visit if I travel the world.
This man wants to live in Japan.
I don't blame him. That sounds pretty dope too. I mean, if you have the ability to do so, why the fuck not?
She's afraid of the language barrier.
I imagine
Japanese. That he's like, yeah, we'll learn it. Like, not like, oh, I already know it, you don't, or something. It's like, no, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's dangerous. What if you don't like Japanese?
Well, also keep in mind that the world is super fucked up by America in that every other country has been forced to learn English.
Hell yeah.
But hey, America
that's not our fault. That's Britain's fault.
I mean, okay.
We're a child of Britain too.
Fair.
We're just as subject to their pain. Just kidding. We fucked them up.
I don't know. I think, yeah.
And then we went around and fucked the rest of the world up too.
I heard something earlier today that really fucked me up. It was like the United States ruined the Americas because they just took it. Like, South America is America. Canada is technically America. But we're just like, nah, America belongs to us.
We are America.
Belongs to us, USA, motherfucker. And Canada's like, all right, whatever. Okay. Hey, listen, dog, you don't gotta be a fucking hoser, eh? And then down in Brazil, they're like, yeah, I just like soccer. Like, how fucked up is it that we just kind of ruined the term for the entire landmass over here, though? Like, because you think of Americans, or I feel like other countries think of America, and they think of the United States, but also they just think of fat, disgusting, greedy pigs most of the time.
Beautiful.
Oh, God.
Isn't that the dream?
I love this country.
Take something and soil it. That's the dream.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to, like, permanently live in another country ever, because here we can say all of this shit about our country and still be okay. Whereas in other countries, it's not quite so great. Also, Google Fiber's here, so that's pretty chill. Anyways, what was your question? Yeah, go to Japan. I don't care.
Don't go to Japan.
Why not?
I just want his wife to feel happy.
Oh,
she's probably underappreciated in the relationship.
Bro, I'm trying to fucking be your wingman here. If he goes to Japan and they split up, that leaves that wife here for you. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like, we just go in there. She's like, yo, what's up, homie? Where's your husband at? And she's like, oh, he went to Japan. It's like, man, what a fucking loser, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm like, yo, dog, everybody over there is like,
hey,
fucking 5'8".
Japan.
Yeah, dog.
You hate Japan, I hate Japan.
Yeah, my boy over here, he fucking 6'4". What you gonna say to that?
He can never live in Japan. He'd fucking hit his head on all the walls.
He's a tall king. Go, motherfucker, go to Japan. They look at him like a fucking kaiju, bro. Leave your wife. Go to Japan.
Yeah, for me.
Next question. How do I pay her back for a free sandwich? My neighbor works at a place where they make sandwiches that's similar to Subway. But when I walked in, I didn't realize she worked there. I got my order and she said she would pay it because I was her neighbor. I feel bad when people offer me things. I feel like I owe them the world if I get something from them. It's probably not the biggest deal for some, but for me it is. It was a $9 sandwich and I really want to pay her back or give her something as a gift, as a token of my appreciation, I guess. What can I do? Help me out.
So she was bought a free sandwich?
She bought him them a free sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like people who like can't take a gift is like kind of like an annoying quality to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? They gave you something. Just always look out for that moment that you can like return the favor. I don't think you have to like give them a gift right now so that way you're even, or like pay them back right now and say like, hey. I mean,
yeah, that's some like sus behavior. Like, oh God, I don't want to have any debt because I don't want to owe anyone anything. Because if I owe someone something, that means they could call upon me for a favor one day. And that's just not something I'm going to have. And so, yeah, that's some fucking sus shit, dude. Don't worry about it. I usually go on the system of, okay, cool, you got me this time, I got you next time, or some shit like that, until I start noticing a trend of like, oh hey, every time I got you, you're like, oh cool, double the toppings, triple the meat, bro. And it's like, oh cool, I'm glad I got you a fucking $14 sandwich. And the next time I'm like, yeah, I'll just have a fucking like ham and cheese or whatever. Like, sweet, that's $6. And I'm like, haha, I got you, fam, we even, right? And I'm like, no.
You talking about me?
Yeah, Noah.
He's talking about me.
I'm talking about you.
They don't know that, but I'm gonna expose you.
Every time,
you're ousting me.
Every time I buy you food, I don't know. It's never that bad. I never worry about it. I don't even think about it. I'm like, whatever. We're fucking getting food. It's easier. It's so much more of a fucking hassle, I feel like, to be like, all right, yeah, I'm a order, then he's a order, and then then they have to bring out like 2 things or whatever. I'm like, whatever. Just fucking put it on one ticket. Someone will get me back. Someone will Venmo me or whatever. I don't give a shit. My Venmo, by the way, for people out there is... I'm just going to bleep it out.
Okay. Why don't you just like tell them?
Yo, dog, I don't want people to know my Venmo. Maybe they could reverse engineer, hack it. I don't know how Venmo works.
Okay, I see. It's sus. I get it.
It is. No, let's get a Patreon. What are we going to put on the Patreon?
What are we going to do? Well, first of all, we got to do Shrek analysis, right?
Yeah, but that's like a goal. Like if we get like, what was it? It was like 5 people in the $15 range,
something like that.
Yeah, so that's like the goal for that.
Okay, so we have to have like an extra show or something.
Yeah, we got to have like something on there. Like we got to like, do you want to do like unedited podcasts? Is that something people want? You think?
I don't know. Our unedited is not good.
I mean,
there's a reason I cut it out.
Yeah, but still, I think there's like some people who have like this yearning to be like, yo, what does this sound like before it's been produced?
What is this raw content?
It's like, it sounds like trash.
Yeah,
it sounds like the rest of YouTube is what it sounds like.
Noah is always way louder than Joey because he thinks he's gonna be quiet, but then he starts yelling during the podcast.
Yeah. It sounds like this shit where like people are like new to YouTube and they do this. They're like, hey everybody, welcome to YouTube. My name is 69420. Haha. Today we're gonna try out some new vapes. And it's all like echoey and shit.
Yeah.
And like you get all the fucking eaves. And even here we have sound foam around us, so it's not even as bad as like I'm trying to make it. We're just so fucking good at production.
We can't stoop to their level. It's rough.
We're just so fucking good at everything we do. And the reason it's so fucking good is because we have amazing sponsors. So let's go pay some bills. Hey everybody, welcome back from the break. It's a real low energy podcast today. Just put this bad boy on, fucking
go to sleep,
lay down, go to sleep, put this fucker on repeat so we keep getting that sweet ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? Don't turn on that sleep timer. That's not what you want. Just turn this episode on repeat, baby. We beatboxing in your ears all night.
Music on demand.
What is it? It's like
Audio Jungle.
Yeah.
Hey Noah, what'd you learn this week?
What I learned this week? I heard someone say, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway. And so that means like,
it's worth doing halfway.
If it's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway.
Okay. Go on.
Sometimes, I want to be a perfectionist and like, I want to do it and I want to like accomplish it all and I want it to be A++ work.
Yeah.
And you can't always do that. And then sometimes when you can't do that A++ work, you're like, I might as well not do it at all. And it's like, no, that is the wrong mentality. And it's a mentality I have sometimes. And so I just tell myself every now and then, and it's something I needed to hear. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing halfway. And it kind of sounds wrong because you're like, oh, I should just do it halfway. And it's saying instead of like not doing it, you should at least put an attempt at it. So if I don't have enough time to edit a podcast, I have enough time to get 10 minutes done.
Yeah.
Or I'm already late to class. I show up anyways. I don't just like miss because I'm like, oh, I'm late and I don't want to be awkward. Like, no, you show up anyways.
Yeah, but going to class ain't worth doing most of the time.
It really isn't.
It depends on the class sometimes, but like
it wasn't worth it whole way, so it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, dude, fucking being a junior in a 101 class, it's like it ain't worth it. Yo, I'm just gonna not show up. Why the fuck? why am I here? You are literally like talking to the class and like not doing a PowerPoint or anything. It's like nothing you say is important right now. It's like you're just forcing me to be here for an hour. Okay, that's interesting. See, because I heard it the other way where it's like anything worth doing is worth doing right. So meaning just like do it all the way. So
for sure. No, and I understand that point of view where it's like, oh, if you're gonna put in a little effort, you might as well put in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for like my mentality of like, oh, I want to be a perfectionist. Well, you can't always be a perfectionist. So just saying to yourself, okay, I can do this one 75% of the way and I'll be fine.
I kind of like that idea of having sayings that are switched around for different mentality types. Mm-hmm. Like mine would be like that version where it's like anything worth doing is worth doing right. So like do it all the way, do it the right way, just like get it done. Whereas you was just like, okay, I need the motivation to at least start and then keep going.
Because some things I'll do 110% or 150%. And I think maybe that's almost the like halfway part is like anything worth doing 150%. You can still do at 100% and be fine and like not take all those extra steps that you want to take, but just do good work, but just maybe not your best that like you would kind of aspire to do.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like other slogans now that like could be changed for that. Cause like one for me actually might be like, just finish it instead of just do it. Because I do this shit where I like start a project and I'll be like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm almost done. I'm gonna set it down, go do dinner, and then I like never come back to it. For instance, like the last ad I was making, I got all of the captioning done, all of the sync done. I just need to add in like the funny GIFs and stuff, and it's just sitting there waiting to be done. So I might do like just finish it. Yeah, it was like one of mine. Now I guess it's my turn. This week I learned.
Man, this is your show, dude.
It is my show, dude. I've been thinking about other shit all day today, dude. I went to the eye doctor. I came home. I edited photos and put them on a thumb drive so I could go and like do this job interview. And then I did the job interview and I fucking drove home, and that was like a whole.
I think I said I fucking killed it.
I fucking killed them.
How'd the job interview go?
It was all right. It's for events photography. It's through a company that would hire me to do exclusively like weddings. And yeah, they were like, well, you don't have a whole lot of like wedding experience. Like, nah, son, that's what I'm here for. And they're like, okay, well, we just have you like do this thing or whatever. And I was actually a little disappointed because I was like, oh, what's like the going rate? And like, oh, our base package is like $1,800. And I was like, okay, like that's chill. I was like, how much goes to like the photographers? And they're like, all right, well, if you're a first shooter, and like you're the like primary, meaning you're the only one there, you get about half. Or you can make up to half if you edit all of your own photos. But being a second shooter, you make like $200. Being a what they call a apprentice or whatever, you make like $120. Which sounds pretty good, but it is like 8+ hours on your feet, making sure you're getting photos of all of these bridezillas and shit. And I actually don't. What's the math on that? You're good at that. 120 divided by 8.
Oh, that's 15.
Yeah, it's $15 an hour. So it's like that's above minimum wage. That's cool and all, but it's still like for a photographer, that's pretty cheap. Like that's like really cheap. And so I was like, oh, well, that kind of fucking sucks.
Well, it's also the apprentice photographer.
Yeah.
You're not leading or anything.
Yeah.
Or editing your own photos.
No, that's true. But still, I was just like, that's so weird. to like hear someone be like, yeah, you're gonna do this wedding for $120. Like any other situation, I'd be like, no, I'm not. It sounds like you need someone else. Because like, yeah, 8 hours is a long fucking time to like do that. I mean, it's a shift. It sounds lazy to people, I'm sure, being like, oh, you can't work an 8-hour shift. It's like, yo, bro, I was working at Amazon fucking dying.
Yo, bro, I watch movies in my fucking college classes. Obviously, I can't work
Obviously,
for 8
this
hours.
is gonna seem fucking hard to me. Yo, I gotta have an attention span longer than fucking 2 hours. Yo, dog, sometimes I can't even finish a fucking YouTube video.
Not in this Gen Z economy. Come
Dude,
on.
you ever do that? You fucking click on a video and you're like, yo, this was entertaining for a minute. Now I'm done. It's like a 6-minute video. You made it like 3 minutes in.
To be fair, you click on anything you see.
I don't click on anything. So like just shit that looks interesting.
For sure. I feel like I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting. It wouldn't be a good video though, and so I don't watch it.
Yeah,
and then
you're
like,
I'm really into like seeing what people are gonna do with it, because sometimes you're like pleasantly surprised. Other times you're like, wow. Most of the time,
yeah,
you're like, yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. It's like fucking the Mormon bachelor shit.
Yeah,
it's like bachelor shit. It's pretty bad. Mormon bachelor shit, probably really bad. Spoiler alert, it is.
It is. It's exactly what you think.
I believe it's all on YouTube. If anybody wants to check it out after this podcast, it's like Provost's most eligible bachelor. It's fucking shit. It's real cringy. But, you know, whatever. I thought it was like going to be scripted. Like, oh, haha, none of these people are Mormon. I looked it up afterwards. Yo, all these bitches are Mormon, and it's fucking scary. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell you what to believe, but that probably ain't it. Like,
I just know a little bit about Joseph Smith, and he's a fucking grave robber.
So have you seen fucking Book of Mormon written by the guys who did South Park? It's fucking bad, dog. not the musical. The musical's really good.
Yeah. Don't shit on the Book of Mormon. Yeah. They do good work. Josh Gad, A1.
Fucking beautiful, man.
My boy.
I would love to just hang out with Josh Gad. I want to smoke weed with Josh Gad.
You know, with all those like famous people out there that I'm like, yeah, I look up to you. It would scare me to hang out with any of them. Like I have social anxiety, plus the fact that I know all about them and they know nothing about me just like makes me feel real awkward. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just admire you from a distance.
Yeah. I was talking to someone about that the other day about meeting people in person that you've only followed on Instagram or whatever. It's like, what a weird scenario. Like that almost no other time could really have, where it's like, oh, cool. I know everything about what you've done for the last week. I have never met you in person.
And like this person isn't even like famous per se. Like,
well, and I'm not a fucking stalker. Like I'm not going out of my way. I'm just like seeing it pop up on my feed and shit. Sure. And so like that happened to me the other day where someone was like, I was like, oh, hey, you're so-and-so, right? And they're like, yeah, I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, whoa. Really?
Thanks.
They're like, yeah, I see your ads for your podcast all the time. They're really funny. I was like, yeah, cool. You should like click on one of the podcasts.
Our views are down, baby.
They're a fucking hit. If you think those ads are cool, guess what? Those ads come from a full length thing. It's not just like we didn't get together with a microphone just like for 8 seconds.
Just like, take one little outtake. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense in context, but that's the entire thing, you know?
Yeah, that's actually it. We're working on a bunch of these 30-second stories to produce and, you know, slowly put out once a week for fucking 6 months.
Right? We've heard that from a lot of people, though. It's just like, oh, I love your ads. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, what? Just,
how about the podcast?
Yeah, right.
Like, I love that it's the admission that they don't listen to the podcast, though. It's not like, oh my God, I love your podcast. Your ads are so funny. It's like, oh, your ads are really funny. Cool. Click on the fucking link. Sharon. Fucking bitches. Anyways, thanks for listening to this week of I Don't Know. Actually, we might actually end it there because we've been going for a minute.
Yeah,
here, let's do one more.
One more.
Fuck, these are long. Okay.
Oh, shit.
My sister's going away for college, over a 6-hour drive, and I wanted to send her a care package every month. But now I'm wondering if I should pay. But
now I'm wondering if that's a bad idea because that costs money.
But now I'm wondering if what I should do is put a payment towards her loans instead. Advice?
I mean, money is an effective gift that no one will hate you for, but things are a gift that mean more. And so if you like want them to like have a little happy little joy each month, I think that's the care package.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just like trying to be real logistical about it, I think they would also like the money.
I think if you just send them weed, that's probably the best thing you could do.
Well, that's the care package.
Or alcohol.
Yeah, like weed, alcohol, some methamphetamine.
I mean, if she's like, oh, my sister is going away for college, this bitch is going to be trying to get alcohol nonstop. Well,
how is she going to make friends if she doesn't need someone to get her alcohol? Like,
that's fair.
That's her motivation to get friends. So don't give her alcohol.
No, give her alcohol. She doesn't need friends. Ruin her college career.
I want her to come back home. I don't want her to be 6 hours away.
I'm going to sabotage her. I'm going to cut her brake line.
I'm going to send her like Teletubbies and shit. And people are going to be like, ooh, you're a dork.
I'm going to put Vaseline in her fucking windshield wiper fluid.
What does that do?
Nothing. It clogs it.
Oh, okay. I thought it would like spray out and like be like opaque or something.
I mean, it could also do that.
In a car crash.
I've never done it. I'm gonna put sugar in a gas tank.
Okay, that does damage.
That also sounds like an innuendo.
Oh, I'm gonna put sugar in a gas tank.
Hey, Noah.
That's your sister, bro. Don't put sugar in her gas, dude.
Let me put sugar in your gas tank.
Please, no. We live together. It'll be awkward.
Bring that fucking sweet meat hole over here, bro.
Oh,
gross.
Yeah. Don't scratch my headlights, bro.
I'm gonna fucking fill it with sugar, bro. Yo, I'm gonna gaff tape the inside of your fucking lights.
Dude, I'm gonna tape your mirror to your ceiling.
Dude, I'm gonna poke a hole in your radiator. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. I'm gonna spit in your carburetor.
Please stop. Why am I a car?
I'm gonna I was gonna say
hit my brakes. Come on, that's what I need.
I said I was gonna pee in your brake line, but it's a hydraulic system, so actually that wouldn't do anything. Like it might like make it a little less efficient. Like I think it's the fluid is just in there to make it more lubricated. Anyways, thanks for listening to I don't know though this week. We hope that we helped at least someone on here. You guys can check us out everywhere else and stay after, learn how to talk to us. Noah, what's a fucking cool word?
A cool word. I hate that you throw this on to me.
I know. I don't know.
Tsunami.
Tsunami? Why is that a cool word?
Because it starts with a T. What?
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this Humorish podcast. You can email your questions to humorish.tm@gmail.com and talk to us on Twitter using the hashtag IDKTHO show. The podcast music was Marigolds in May by Jamie Bathgate.